Hey there guys, how's it going? My name's Adam. I've made a few other YouTube videos on here with clown makeup. I'm actually redoing my Auguste video. I had one on here a long time ago. It had several thousand views, and I decided to take it down because it wasn't very good, because I've switched a lot of stuff up, gotten a lot better with stuff, so I've decided to kind of remake that. With some better information. My makeup before was pretty amateurish, so I've kind of updated that a lot, and so we'll go ahead and get started with that. First, I'm going to go over the supplies that you will need to make or to do clown makeup. This is an Auguste video, so I'm just going to cover the stuff for the Auguste character. What we're going to start with, you'll need white makeup. You can use Ben Nye, Mehron, Stein's, Proface, Krylon, any of those. I've gone over that in every video I've made. I prefer Ben Nye with white. I've got a couple different ones here. This is just your typical clown white. You dig it out, warm it up on your hand, just like I did in the white face video. You can watch that. This is one I'm going to try tonight. I've not actually tried it on a clown face before. But it is, it's a Ben Nye, it's cream, just a cream foundation in white, and I've taken it and mixed it with baby oil to make it nice and smooth. So it'll go on a lot easier and I won't have to warm it up with my hand. So I'm going to try that tonight. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but that's something you play with. You also need a base color. I prefer this one here. This is Warm Honey by Mehron. It's the cream blend whipped makeup. It's nice and smooth because it's whipped like that. Red, and for black, you can use this kind. You can use the cups. Doesn't really matter. I prefer pencils for black because it gives me a lot cleaner line. So there's that. If you use any of the grease paints like this, you'll need brushes to put those on with. You will also need baby wipes and Q-tips for cleanup. I'm going to go ahead and take those out of the bags here real quick. So you'll need that for cleanup. Okay, you'll need to powder your makeup, which that is just to set the makeup. It's a grease-based makeup, so it's not going to dry unless you powder it. So what you're going to use for that is a powder sock. This is just a powder container that I've cut in half to keep my powder in. But a powder sock is a tube sock that's filled with powder, and then whenever you hit your face with it, you can see the powder goes everywhere and gets on your face to dry the makeup. So I'll set that back here. Another thing that's good to know, or good to use, a lot of people don't use this, but I like it. Mascara. Get your eyelashes nice and dark after they've been covered with white makeup and baby powder. They kind of tend to disappear sometimes, so gets them nice and dark. Here's a powder brush. After you powder your face, you need to brush off the extra powder. This is one I got from Priscilla Mooseburger, and it's I believe it's camel hair or goat hair or something, and it's nice and smooth on your face, and it gets in all those crevices that are hard to get otherwise. If you use pencils, you'll need a pencil sharpener. Final thing I'm going to talk about, which I'm not going to elaborate too awful much on it right now, is a nose. Just a regular clown nose. Use Pro Nose. There's Acme, which is what this is. There's Jim Howe, which is what this is. It's all personal preference on which one you like. So I would just suggest don't use one of these guys. I may have even gotten rid of them. Don't use something like this. It's just a cheap throwaway picture nose for little kids. But yeah, so okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to start with the white makeup. I mentioned I'm going to try this stuff that I've thinned down here, and you can see it's nice and thin. It's not you don't have to warm it up in your hand like you did that other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and my white when you're designing a clown an Auguste face, you want to highlight the areas of your face that move. If it doesn't move, you don't need to put makeup there really, except for like a base color. But like my eyebrows are really expressive, so I highlight them. And usually you go all the way down to your eye. Some people don't. I know a lot of people that don't do that. And I mean, you can kind of design it to fit your face however you want to. But as a rule, if it doesn't move, you don't need to highlight it. There's no need for a bunch of stuff on your face that has no purpose being there, just because it looked cool. But your goose face usually has white around your eyes, white around your mouth, which is a muzzle. Sometimes there's a lighted goose, which I've got a video on also, that doesn't have the white around their muzzle. That would be considered lighted goose, whichever way you decide to go. It's cool. Alright, now I've got my white applied. You'll notice since I use this thinner makeup, you're going to have to pat it a lot more because it is thinner, so it's going to smear a lot more and not go on as evenly as the thicker makeup would. But I mean, you can just fix that with patting it. Okay, now we've got that patted and evened out a lot better here. I'm going to take a baby wipe here and wipe off my finger. I'm going to take Q-tips and we're going to cut out all these areas around the white here. So that's just to make a nice clean line all the way around it. Okay, now we've got all of our lines cut out there. I'm going to go back with a baby wipe, and you see little splotches of white where the Q-tip didn't quite get it all. I'm just going to go back and clean those up with the baby wipe here. So. Okay, now we're going to go back with one more Q-tip, and I'm going to cut out where my mouth is going to go. If you remember from the white face video, cut out with the red because it's a greasier makeup. It'll break down this makeup and it won't look nearly as good. So. Okay, now I've got my mouth cut out here. Now I'm going to make sure everything's no little boo-boos anywhere, and we're going to go ahead and powder it. Make sure that your lid's on your makeup. And grab your powder sock here. And we're just going to